Hello, this is Maria from Math Mammoth, and this is Mathy, my mascot. In this lesson, we are studying powers with negative bases. First, let's look at just general multiplication of integers when we have several factors that are all negative, or almost all. First of all, this top one here, we have 4 numbers multiplied, they're all negative. Is the answer going to be negative or positive? If we multiply these two first, it's negative times negative, so that would make a positive, right? It's going to be 8. And these two, they're both negative, so when we multiply them, we get a positive number, 3. So this becomes actually 8 times 3 equals 24. And the next one below it is almost the same, okay? But here we have only 3 numbers that are negative and 1 positive. So what happens now? Can you guess? These once again make 8, but these make negative 3. So we get negative 24 as an answer. Now over here, we now have powers with negative bases. In particular, negative 1 raised to certain powers. So first we have negative 1 to the 10th, and then negative 1 to the 9th. Can you tell what will happen? What will be the answer? In this first one, negative 1 is multiplied by itself 10 times. So we could pair those negative 1s. Each 2 of them gives 1, right? Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. And we would have 5 such pairs, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. Okay? You see what I'm saying? In other words, we have negative 1. This is going to be 1. But we have these pairs, 5 of them. Total 10 factors, so the answer will be just 1. And in the next one, negative 1 to the 9th power, you could think of 2 of the negative 1s pairing and producing 1, a positive number, but then there will be 1 negative 1 left over, which will make the whole thing turn negative, right? So the answer will be negative 1. And what we can look at is if there is an even number or an odd number of factors in this multiplication. Whenever there's an odd number of factors, then the entire power will be negative if you have a negative base. And if you have a negative base and an even number as an exponent, then you're going to get a positive answer, because each 2 of those negatives will pair and produce a positive answer. Let's practice a little with these. Negative 2 to the 5th. Okay, you might remember 2 to the 5th will be 32. But will the answer to this be 32 or negative 32? We have negative 2 to the 5th power, and 5 is an odd number, okay? So the answer will be negative. And then in the other one, negative 10 to the 6th. Now, 10 to the 6th is 1 million. So this will be either 1 million or negative 1 million, but which one? Since it's an even number of factors, we get a positive answer, 1 million. Now let's practice some with fractions. Here's negative 2/3 to the 3rd power, okay? Negative number multiplied by itself 3 times. So we know the answer will be negative, right? And then what? It actually will be the same as negative, and then, 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3. Okay? At the top, we actually have 2 to the 3rd, 2 cubed, which is 8. On the bottom, we have 3 cubed, which is 27. This first one here, negative 1/4 squared, will produce a positive answer. It will be 1/4 times 1/4, which is 1/16. This second one, negative 1/2 cubed, will be negative. And then 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 will be 1/8. Okay, and so what do we get? This will be negative, and we will have a fraction, 1 over. And then 16 times 8 is 80 plus 48. 128. Now something important. These 2 expressions you see don't produce the same answer. They look really similar, but they don't mean the same thing. So it's important to note the difference. This first one here is negative 2 to the 4th power. The second one is actually 2 to the 4th power, and then the opposite of that. So the negative goes with the 2 only here. Here the negative belongs to the entire 2 to the 4th power. So to solve this, first, well, this is just negative 2 to the 4th power, which will be negative 2 multiplied by itself 4 times. So we will get positive 16. And then over here, we will get 2 to the 4th power, which is 16, and then put the negative in front. Let's practice simplifying a more complex expression using the order of operations. Okay, here we actually have 2 powers and they're subtracted. 10 cubed minus negative 5 cubed. And in the order of operations, we will do exponents first, or the powers. So 10 cubed is 1000. And then here we have negative 5 cubed. So that's going to give us a negative answer, since 3 is an odd number. And it's going to be 5 times 5 times 5, 125. Okay? But then we also have this minus here indicating the subtraction. So it simplifies like that. And minus minus makes a plus. So we will get 1125. Okay, we're all done for this lesson, and I hope it was helpful.